Hey guys, welcome to the day 15 of Advent of Cyber 2025. In this day, we are going to do the web attack forensic drawn alone. Yeah, let's begin this journey. We do have a story available. This is something, of course, you know that, right? You have to read this by yourself. We do have base 64 chunks and Splunk instances available. And you have to start your attack box today and start your virtual machine today. But unfortunately, I'm not going to start this attack box. In the meantime, I'm just starting my target machine and connecting to OpenVPN. Yeah, let's successfully start the attack box and let's click that. And I do have my target IP address. Oops. Okay, let's move on to the task 2 where we are going to explore the web attack forensics. So we do have link for the Splunk instance, Splunk dashboard. Let us visit that and we are just moving to the Splunk. If it asks you for the password and username, then you can just pretty much enter that. Oops, it is asking. So I'm just entering the username is blue, password is pass1234, signing in. In some scenarios, it will not ask, but in case if it asks, then you have to enter that. Okay, that's good. So after logging in successfully, you will be taken to the search page as shown in the screenshot below. So make sure to adjust the Splunk time range to include the time of the events, example last 7 days or all the time. So yeah, you just need to change this to all the time or last 7 days. I would like to change this as all the time, which seems to be pretty good. Okay, you will be able to see the logs of every time. After that, you can just pretty much enter comments like index equal to star. Then it will show you all the logs. We do have more than 3000 logs available, right? So yeah, we can see that you can just pretty much use this command to detect suspicious web commands. Yeah, instead of index equal to star, you can just use this search query. And it's basically searching for Windows Apache Access, command shell or command prompt or PowerShell, and it will search for some URI, some other informations, and you can see that we have a information which seems to be command equal to PowerShell.exe and something encoded in a format like this seems to be base 64. You can just use your on Kali Linux, or you can just use websites like CyberSec for decoding this. I'm just using here as my own Kali Linux for decoding this from base 64. Here you can see this is now mine. Mwahaha. So yeah, this is what it is written there. So these are all seems to be similar. Yeah, let's move on. And looking for server-side errors or command execution in Apache, you can just pretty much use this index. Yeah, let's use this. And here we can see that we have the same base 64 encoded content and some other informations. It's PowerShell, right? And you can also use these for HTTPDX, like trace suspicious process creation from Apache. So this is how you use that. This is how you trace that, and we do have 14 events. You can see the command line that it used and the hello.bat file. So we have computer name and event code and username, and the applications that they executed, like the command prompt httpd.exe, and some other informations are available here. You also have confirm attacker enumeration activities using this, like who am I or something like that. If a hacker is executing that, then you will be able to spot from the Splunk instance. So you have the command line that a hacker executed called who am I, and we do have an executable file called who am I available. So some other informations related to who am I is shown there. And identify base 64 encoded PowerShell payloads. You can just use this for identifying the base 64 encoded PowerShell payloads in the Splunk instance. And here we can see it's basically showing it's 0. Yeah. Now we are moving to the questions. What is the reconnaissance executable file name? So reconnaissance executable file name is what they're asking for. We were able to get a lot of files. You need to answer the reconnaissance file name, executable file name means .exe, right? Attacker use some reconnaissance, like finding these events confirms the attacker's post exploitation reconnaissance, showing that the injector commands was executed on the host. So this query looked for command execution logs were command.exe, and yeah, let's try to execute this. And we have a file in the image called whoami.exe. This seems to be the reconnaissance executable file name. That's it. So what executable did the attacker attempts to run through the command injection? So the executable the attacker attempts to run through the command injection is what we need to find. Injected command was executed. So from the command injection, I think you have to look for that. Suspicious web commands. You can see some other informations. The question is what is the name of the executable did the attacker attempt to run through the command injection? So it's basically from the command injection, right? So let's search for injection. So command injection attack. So this is what we need to search for. This query helps to identify possible command injection attacks. So yeah, you just need to query for this. Here it is. You can see we have the PowerShell.exe is the executable that the attacker is using here, right? Yeah, that's pretty much about it, guys. So this is somewhat a simple room, and you'll be able to solve that so easily. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.